So this is the Here's the Deal podcast, the Max Baker Jr. story. Here's the Deal, OK.com has all of the episodes where you can find everything. But we also have a YouTube channel. Just search Here's the Deal podcast, the Max Baker Jr. story. It will come up. Make sure you like and subscribe. There are tons of stories that Jeff Brownon has edited down into shorter form where you don't have to watch the entire episode. And it is definitely full of comedic value.
Well, and another thing I'd like to say is, especially give thanks to all. Give thanks to Jeff Brownon especially. As of today, October 30th, 2024, we have crossed into, he has put out his 100th short. So give it up. There's something in there for everyone.
Yeah, yeah. So I will add something to that. You told me before last week, you said, when you come over here, I want you to have some statistics for me because we haven't talked about it in at least a couple of months. We were talking.
Jeff has some too.
And so I didn't get the exact statistics from YouTube. I just kind of breezed through there and did some rough math with kind of the top performing videos. But I did go through and add up all of the Facebook reels, and then I went and added all of the audio episodes. So this will be all of the episodes from Apple Podcasts, Spotify Podcasts, Amazon Podcasts, and then all of the ancillary podcast, platforms that people use that the episodes are available on. Gentlemen, we're setting it at roughly 1.5 million views total.
Well, and the cool thing about that is, and I appreciate everybody that has watched, everybody that has reached out. But there was a time when we started this thing, we started with one. And one became two. And now, Jeff's got 100 videos on YouTube. You've got how many on Facebook?
I don't even know the total number on Facebook. Because what I do is whenever Jeff shortens one of the stories and posts it on YouTube, then I cut it down into 60-second stories, 60-second clips. The same story, just shortened, abbreviated.
There's some good ones, though.
And so, because that's what Facebook Reels will allow is 60 seconds. And so I keep it at that. But yeah, once he posts them on YouTube, then I shorten them down and post them on Facebook. But the full audio episodes is what goes up first. But it blew me away that you've got one reel about Hank Jr. that just won't stop. It just keeps going.
We love you, Hank. We love you, and guess what? We even love those boots.
Sorry about the limo burning.
He loves you guys because you found the damn boots. That's for sure.
Hey, it meant getting an autograph, didn't it, Jeff?
Yeah, but the limo burned to the ground. So.
And I'm sorry if I bump into you I move a lot the whole time we're doing this, so don't freak out.
But no, back to the episodes and back to where we are today.
So one thing I want to say before we get started is Max, this is something that the entire time I've known you, 20 plus years, this is something that is very meaningful to you. You have always had various people in your life, whether they're friends or people you work with or just random strangers you meet along the way, that either make you a custom piece of art or a plaque or your own Baker Boys Hot Wheels car or what. You just meet people that create, and they make something that is unique and specific either for you or about you. And it's been that way your whole life. If you guys who are sitting here with us, if you look around this house, there are several pieces of art that are one of a kind, that were made for Max specifically, that mean nothing to anybody else, but mean the world to Max. And so when he told me that you guys were working on a piece of music about Max, I was like, all right, let's see where this goes. And so when he sent me a rough mix, when you guys were initially had cut everything but hadn't finished it yet, I couldn't believe it. And he couldn't either. And so the fact that I've got it pulled up on YouTube right now and it's on Spotify and it's on all the platforms, that's pretty remarkable. So big kudos to you guys for pulling that off. Where did the inspiration come from to create this song?
First off, let's introduce these guys.
Go for it.
Because, like I said, this is very dear to me. To introduce yourself.
I'm Chicano Flow. This is my compa right here, Chris Marger.
Yeah. Your boy, Chris Martin.
Jeserel.
My name's Jewanne.
Where are you guys from?
Mexico,
Mexico originally? What about now? Where do you live now?
Southside, Oklahoma City.
Okay.
Southside.
Yeah, same.
Southside? Everybody's
Together.
Southside Oklahoma City?
Southside. Vatos.
Yeah. Puro Matamoros.
What you guys don't know is I used to live in some really sketchy apartments right over here when I was a baby and went to preschool like a mile from here. So I got the South Side in my blood.
I think that we will live.
I'm pretty sure the old preschool I went to is a weed grow now.
I think it is.
It is, bro. It is. It totally is. So before we get started, I want to tell everybody where they can find this song so they don't have to search for it. If you go to Spotify or you go to YouTube, it is under the Chris Murder topic page is where I found it, and it's called Fuck You Haters, featuring Jewanne, Chicano Flow, Lil Crybaby Sauce God, and Young Deezy. And
Is it Jeserel on it too?
No, it's just Austin and Dylan.
So where did the
Jewanne.
and Jewanne, where did the inspiration come from to make this?
It's not. It's a kind of long story. Like
That's what this is
I'm trying to
for.
do it short.
Tell them what you told me. What you convinced me to get on it for. Like, tell them what have you told me. Just like that.
Yeah.
No Vaseline.
Okay. Look. The song started like I have a friend in Mexico. His name is Dalian Camero. The Camero. He's the one who produced my beats.
Okay.
And he sent me the beat, and I don't have any use to that beat, but like I thought it was like a couple of last year or a couple of years ago. We have a situation when I was working with Max. You know, like can I say like the place? Yeah. Okay. It wasn't. I thought it was in the event center, and some guy I don't know who, right in the restrooms. You know, they put like they
At a job.
Yeah.
We were on the job downtown
Yeah, we
Oklahoma
was
City.
on the job, and I thought it was in my mind. I was just okay. I think this guy Max, he's the guy who doesn't have any like haters or people who don't like him. But at the
Boy, you got a lot to learn, man.
Yeah. That's what I thought. You know.
Well, I mean, these people wrote in the bathroom, and they tried to sabotage our work. And you know, we're in a building in downtown Oklahoma City.
Brand new building.
Oh, the brand new one at that.
Same saying that's on the T-shirt you gave me.
And you know, well, that's another one. But the fact of the matter is, you know, they were upset that we were in there, and you know, these guys that work for me and women, men and women who make up the Fabulous Baker Boys and Girls, they mean the world to me. And the fact of the matter is,
It's a family. It really is a family.
Not only is it a family, but you know, we live and breathe what we say. We live and breathe what we do. And you know, I don't even know what I call them. Jeff calls them motivational speeches, but but sometimes, you know, before we start and things that we do, I like to talk about stuff, and I like to tell it, you know, kind of like it is. This is what you're up against. This is what we're going to be doing.
They're more than just motivational speeches. You do give like a coach pep talk or whatever, or you know, so a leadership role of giving a pep talk speech, but you're also detailing the events of the day and where possible snags could happen. And we need to be aware and pay attention to this and mind our P's and Q's at this. But there is definitely we're going to win one for the Gipper motivational, football speech in there.
Most people do jobs. The jobs that I like to do, the tasks that we're giving, we're set up to fail from the word go. And I like to say that not only are we doing a job, but we're making legendary history. Because a lot of tasks that I'm given and a lot of places that these gentlemen and girls go into, we don't go there to be kicked out. We go there to do a badass job to where they remember who we are and they call us back.
Yeah, you're there to get called back the next time.
Right. And, or we want to be their go-to guys. And so, and there's, so these, you guys got together and.
Let Christian finish telling his story.
No, that's cool. Jeff.
Go ahead, Christian.
Yeah. Like Max said. So then I was just like, okay, like if Max has hater, like I think everybody has haters, And so that when I start figuring out the song, I was like, okay, I tryna like I taste different beats, and I thought the one we got the song right now, it matched with the with the idea I have in that moment. So, and I have a different version of it. Then introduce Jewanne. I sell the song to Jewanne. I told him, hey, look, this is the idea, blah blah blah. Like can you work on something? So that's when he works perfectly in the hook. Because we talk about that, and we made a song like before. So we was working, so we have a kind of idea how to work.
So there's been a couple of times that Max has called me and said, "Hey, I'm in a spot. Somebody needs to be driven to Durant or picked up from Durant and brought back home, or somebody needs to be driven here and I can't go. Can you help me out? Or I'm short on runners for this. Can you work this show?" And so I've been around several of the Baker Boys over the years, and there's been several people throughout the years who have created music or always taken their laptop and their production stuff on the road with them and just created in the hotel.
Or their instruments.
Yeah. Or created in the hotel or whatever. And so the last show that I worked was the Five Finger Death Punch Manson show. And I get to the hotel.
Coolest thing.
And everybody's just chilling outside of the hotel. Guitars, everybody taking a turn, passing it around, and it was
Jeserel's getting it, dude.
Yeah.
I'm like, Jeff's like, do you see what they're doing?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm just amazed and blown away. And then, they're like, hey, we got a song working about you, and I'm like, yeah, whatever. And so
it was just really cool to see everybody from all these different backgrounds and different cultures taking a turn, because nobody was playing the same song or the same style. Everybody was taking their own turn of introducing, well, this is what I like. Well, this, and everybody was into it. And there's unity there when everybody works together like that.
At first when we pulled up, they put the guitar up and they acted like they were going to be in trouble, and it was like, that was far from the case, because here's the thing. We run hard, we play hard, and you know what? It's not very often we get time to where we can sit around and cut loose and have a good time.
But music is why we do this. There's no other reason. It's the music. That's 100. So when we see instruments out and people playing, that's our time. That's that we're ready to have a good time too.
Well, and the other thing that it does as well is when you're doing stuff and working with us and the Fabulous Baker Boys, is these guys are musicians, but they also see the other side of it. They also see that where, as they learn to do their own shows, as they learn to evolve into the entertainment business, then they see the rights and wrongs of how it's done. They see very big productions on a large scale that we scale down into an arena, into a theater, and I don't think, and you guys, if I speak out of turn, and I need y'all to speak up, it's what you've chosen to do, and you keep coming back for more, At the end of the day, we all got to survive and we all got to eat. But then again, too, do you want to go to some deadbeat job where you can't stand it? or do you want to go, and I mean, hey, we've got our ups and downs, but at the end of the day, we've done some great things. You guys have done some great things, and I don't ever want you to forget that.
Okay, so Chris, what type of you said that the beat you got sent, you didn't really have a use for it and didn't really fit. So what type of music do you normally create?
I always been into the hip hop and rap. Like I met this guy like probably 13 years ago.
Okay.
He's one of my best friends, and we met in Mexico. So and we start creating music. And when I come here, I like to be here because I learn more, about the culture, the hip hop culture, because this is not a Mexican culture, so you have to adapt to the culture. So,
Well, how did you get involved in the project?
Me, Christian was just asking me. I'm in the middle of just making my own, rock records and stuff, and I'm taking a little break from hip hop. And he asked me like, it's been a while since you've done anything hip hop. Just try to, get on this song. It's about Max and saying fuck your haters and all this and that. And I was like, I'll give it a try because I'm not in the studio as much as I used to, but it came out pretty good, Because it's the nombre Ricardo, right? You said
Ricardo.
Ricardo
mixed it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like how he mixed my vocals.
And see, like that's another thing. In our own little world that we live in production and producing and all that, it's a big circle. It's like when you came to me and told me that you had Ricardo producing the song, I was even more blown away because, I met him when he came over.
Hold on. I thought you were the one who brought Ricardo into this project. So how do you know Ricardo?
Oh, because I've been doing like music here since 2018.
Okay.
That's when I started trying to grow up my own label, because I have independent label.
What's your record label?
It's DC1 Records. We created in Mexico.
You got a website?
Yeah.
Plug
everything.
it.
Yeah, say it.
Plug it.
DC1 Records at gmail.com. That's my email. Whatever you need, guys, just send it to me.
All platforms.
No, it's the same DC1 Records, like in all platforms, like iTunes, Spotify, YouTube,
Apple, iHeart, all of that.
everything.
All right.
And then William, how did you get involved in this?
Well, as soon as Chris told me about, hey, it's a song about this and that, I mean, he just like flashed me back to my little young mentality, and I was like, hey man, yeah, fuck y'all haters. Hey, shit, this the boss right now. I'm very happy with my job, and I ain't been in the circle that I've been. Like, this is the first job I like. Period.
Yeah.
The first job I like. So I was like, yeah, you know what? I'm gonna get frontline soldier. What's up?
Well,
That's how I got in. I'm like, yeah.
We've all been in those moments with Max where it's gotten heated with somebody, and because on a show day or an event day, it happens. It just happens. Eventually cooler heads prevail and a solution is found. Otherwise, the show doesn't happen. But sometimes things can get heated. That's just the way it is in the nature of the business.
Or you get sent home.
But
Good luck walking.
but a lot of the time, we get called back.
Yeah, he got me into my hostile mentality, and I was like, hey, you know what? Hold on, this is my territory now, because at work, I'm a brother. I'm this, I'm not in that warrior mentality,
All business.
Just all business. I'm at work, and I separate myself. But he just snapped me in that way. He came with that, and I was like, shit, let's get it. Come on.
Well,
I had already stopped music. He brought me back into it.
I totally learned something new because I really and truly thought, Max, that you were the one who brought Ricardo into it.
This whole project was done by these four and my two sons. I had no say in the matter. The only thing they asked me to do was do some lines, and that was his idea.
Yeah. Shout out Austin, Dylan. Shout out
Young
Ricardo
DZ.
And all the Baker boys.
and all the Baker boys
And girls.
and listen up. But yeah, hey, that we was here when I told Max, Max, I trying to introduce you to the song, and he was like, okay, tell me what I need to say, and I was okay, just say this, and this, and he was like, we made it like. How many times? 10 times. We're recording.
Right.
We're recording 10 times. We're trying to find the perfect song. And so then I put on the project, and so I sent it to him just the demo, and he told me like, hey, badass, like
Yeah, he sent it to me immediately. He called me immediately. He was like, listen to this.
Well, and here's the other part. The uniqueness of it is, I've been rock and roll for years, and not that that's a bad thing, but you play local music every week. And, we've seen local bands and this and the rock side. And I'm not trying to knock it because I love rock and roll. I've cut my chops on it. The Baker Boys wouldn't be that without that. But, as we go into 2024, things evolve, things change, and you got to have an open mind. And plus, it's like Jewanne to my right here. It's a unique story about how I met him.
Yeah.
And, like him and another guy were playing on a street corner in Oklahoma City, playing rock music. And wasn't you the one doing the Little Kitty drummer?
Yeah, I was the one with the little drum.
He was playing drums on a Little Kitty drum set.
On a Hello Kitty drum set?
Yeah, it was a little drum set.
A Hello Kitty drum set. And this other guy, and they're screaming, and it's on 29th and Penn, South Side. Mm-hmm. And I'm driving down the street, and I look over, and I'm like, not only that, but they're selling CDs. And so...
You got his attention real quick.
Well,
he got out of the car and he stopped traffic.
I went to you, put the car in park, and said, what you guys' names? And they're like, two weirdos on Southwest 29th Street. And I'm like...
Weirdos on 29th.
And I was doing a THC show at the Diamond, and I needed one more act. I needed an opening act. And I'm like...
I made the commercial for that show.
I'm like, nice. I'm like, you guys want to play at the Diamond? And they looked at me like I was crazy. Well, I probably was, because I went to you, got out of the car, got it. Here's a CD. And, next thing you know, they're playing the Diamond Ballroom. Yeah. But that goes back to this. How many other bands in rock and roll have been discovered at wherever,
All of them.
And so it was cool to me that's how we formed. That's how, and then Jewanne met Austin. They became friends.
Yep.
And
I remember the first day I met Austin, he came over to the Rockstar house, and within like the first 20 minutes of meeting him, I had made a beat, like some beat in like 10 minutes, and then he recorded his. I let him record the whole thing. And then I'll just snip out pieces of it, which ones are good. And then he recorded the whole thing in 5 minutes.
Then he told me, hey, Dad, I'm going to this house party. I said, yeah. He said, yeah, it's down on the south side, 27th and Penn or whatever. And I'm like, you're going to a house party? Yeah, they're charging $5. And I'm like, you better be careful. And he comes back just raving about they would do these house parties.
Yep. Every week.
Every week.
That's how you paid rent.
We was going wild.
And then C Murder here, he comes along and I didn't really know their potential because they were working. But then as they got more comfortable with the company and the people around, and then here comes William, here comes Jeserel, and the job has not only been a job, but it's created a brotherhood right here. And that's something that you can't find nowadays.
Dude, that's what it's all about. Like, Max and Jeff and I have been friends for 20 plus years. Max and Jeff, 40 years, it's just like you just keep building these friendships that are closer than some family bonds that you have,
And here's the thing too. And so, rather than me, we get people that come to work with us and some don't make it. But the cool part about it is these guys not only have bonded together as musicians and music, but they've also bonded together that if you don't belong in our system, they have a way of telling you don't need to be here, because like I said, we're a brotherhood, we're a family. They're at the parking lot in the hotel playing.
Nothing worse than a wink link on the crew when you're doing a load in and load out, man. If you're not pulling your weight, you will kick rocks and you will be walking home.
So but the whole idea is, so when he brought this song, and he told me, I need you to say that line. I need you to say that line. And I'm like, well, what line is that? And it's like, I have this line in all the speeches that I do, and I truly live by this. And it is.
You forgot it, didn't you?
No. It's like this. It's like everybody, and people hate it, but you can see it in their eyes. They get mad, but I say it all the time. Everybody is replaceable, including myself. And I live by that, and he's like, you got to say that. We got to put that in that song. And I thought, whatever, dude, but I did it anyway. But then when I heard the finished product, it blew my mind. And from, like I told y'all earlier, gifts. People have always not dodged the bullet, but, they're like, hey, it was hard for us to buy anything for you because you have everything. But when you get a gift from the heart, when you get a gift from, hey, here's a song about me. Not only that, but it's in Spanish. And, and it's true. There's a lot of truth to what you guys say. And it's just overwhelming. Plus, it's on all the channels and art forms that you can listen to.
Platforms.
Can you play it now?
And
Let me see if I can connect my phone here real fast.
Let's play it.
Keep talking, Max.
and here's the other cool part about it. It started with one listen, and now it's building. Now it's got some kind of life. We just got to figure out a way to maybe promote it, but it's going to be kind of hard because you can't bleep out all the words. But
Au contraire, you can. It's a lot of work. You can do it.
But what inspired y'all to do that? And just it's a great feeling for me because I know now you guys take what I say with some seriousness. And it's honor to me that like William, he loves his job. Jewanne, he loves his job.
I love it.
See Murder, you know what? Not only is he doing this job,
Chris.
but he's into
I gotta get sued.
Chris Murder.
Chris.
C Murder, Chris Murder.
Yeah.
And then you got
You can beep the C's.
then you got Jeserel, who's talented as all be. That it's just it's a great gift.
There it is, right there. All right, so who's that on the hook?
That's me.
All right.
Yeah.
Entendí el significado de ese dicho.
All right, who's that on this verse?
In Spanish, that's me.
That's correct.
Mire, mijo, resolví el acertijo, infrinjo y no me limito a sus pendejadas, explico. Pero el creador de acertijos quieren hacer contenido, pero no salen del nido. Hablo de leche y les digo, si quieren cagarme el palo, bienvenidos pues. No hay temor a su racismo y a la verga su clasismo. Por eso, fuck you haters. Quieren venir a tirarme, pero fuck you haters. Fácil no van a poder chigarme, fuck you haters. Muchos quieren verme abajo, pero fuck you haters. I said fuck you haters.
Fuck you haters, I'ma pop you like a Zan. You can have a bitch, my money in demand.
Is that you again?
Yes.
Okay.
I'ma chug you up. You ain't next up, but you can line up. Fuck you haters, I'ma pop you like a Zan. You can have a bitch, my money and demand. Don't fuck with me, I'ma chug you up. You ain't next up, but you can line up.
Man, fuck a hater, no me rebajo tu nivel. Yo nací para
you?
volar, yo te enseño a
Chicano.
hacer lo que quiero. Yo
Chicano Flow.
decido desde niño. Si
Chicano Flow.
el universo como sea. So back to get clear. You better think twice. If a hater run up, I'ma roll them like some dice. I'm a bacon boy shit, blow them up, down the mic. All hands on stage, camera on spotlight. If they put us to the test, we shake and bake all night. Warrior
Shake and bake.
Still put it on fight. Backstage dancing with the Reaper at time. But there's something about his people that kicks him on the ground.
fuck you haters, I'ma pop you like a Zan. You can have a bitch, my money and demand. Don't fuck with me, I'ma chug you up. You ain't next up, but you can line up. Fuck you haters, I'ma pop you like a Zan. You can have a bitch, my money and demand. Don't fuck with me, I'ma chug you up. You ain't next up, but you can line up.
Fuck my haters, I'ma pop them like a Xandar.
Little baby, little cry baby sauce god.
Right there.
Go get him, Sauce.
That's all I know. But when I drink all this stuff up, I need to get a drinking up. Could've made on the road, but you know I'm stacking hoe. I'm doing shows on the road where I got my chains on, lights all shot, Lil Pete though. They say do better, I'm a trendsetter. Pull up like whoa, who'll do it better? I think sus just do it
This is
better.
just you guys flowing, right?
For Garland, I gotta go hard, man, and keep it
Fuck you haters, I'ma pop you like a Zan. You can have a bitch, my money and demand. Don't fuck with me, I'ma chug you up. You ain't next up, but you can line up. Fuck you haters, I'ma pop you like a Zan. You can have a bitch, my money and demand. Don't fuck with me, I'ma chug
We all need to get paid, right?
Fuck you haters, I don't give a fuck what you gotta say.
So Young DZ.
Young DZ.
I don't got time to play. What you got?
Wherever you at, DZ, I love you.
Fuck it anyway. Hey, what you know, what you think, I don't give a fuck. What you wanna say, bitch, what's up? You won't even say it to my face. Think I'm motherfucking play all of these little last games. Bitch, I know that you fake. I know that you don't do what the fuck you say. Why you gotta worry about what I do every day? Get the fuck up my dick, I don't motherfucking play.
you haters, I'ma pop you like a Zan. You can have a bitch, my money.
I mean, listen to that flow.
I'ma chug you up. You ain't next up, but you can line up. Fuck you haters, I'ma pop you like a Zan. You can have a bitch,
Record boys for life.
Por vida, güey. Like he said, making boys por vida, güey.
Fuck you haters, I'ma pop you like a Zan. You can have a bitch, my money and demand. Don't fuck with me, I'ma chug you up. You ain't next up, but you can line up.
Ladies and gentlemen, here's the deal. Fabulous Bigger Boys and Bigger Girls, listen up. Hey,
405A.
you can line up. Including myself. Good night.
I love that at the end though.
Yeah.
Love that. That was a perfect fit.
Oh.
Hey, listen.
The Halloween ghost just
ghost.
opened
The
over
spirit,
there.
Welcome.
the spirit has walked in.
Yeah, he liked the song, so he wanted to get inside.
Get on the video.
But, you know, I mean, it's, I want to tell you guys this, and I mean it.
Halloween ghost just opened the door.
Is from the bottom of my heart, you know, it really is very special to me. This song is very special to me. Each and every one of you guys in this room are very special.
Thank you, man.
And I'm glad that you guys are able to use your talents and make something. You know, music is very, very dear to the soul.
Hey, I like the artwork that's on that you've got for it.
The what?
The artwork.
Yes. The artwork is super cool.
Oh yeah, shout out
did
to
that?
my ex-wife. yeah,
Hey, listen,
shout out to Gabriela.
ex-wife, I love it. You know why? Because I want to try to use it. I like the stick man, but just the whole background of it, the way it flows,
Yeah. Like I said, you can use whatever you want. Anyway, that's your song, like.
Well, I would like for that dude to grow into a cartoon.
Yeah.
I think that'd be cool.
Yeah, I give it to her like some kind of specifications like, hey, I want this, and this, and she was like catching at the time, and I told her, this guy is like a stage stuff, he's been his whole life in there, and she was like, the first time she sent me that stuff, I was like, yeah, that's what I want. And when I sent it to Max, he said, yeah, perfect.
Nice.
Yeah, like he said, you can just make like the cartoon move a little bit, and I try. And I asked her, hey, you can do it? Yeah, for sure.
Well, whose idea was it when you made it to put the words in it as it was going? The video.
Oh, that's called, ¿cómo se dice, güey?
Lyric video.
Yeah, it's a common stuff in the songs. Like a lot of people do that stuff. So, but I try to do it my way, Like,
Max, you don't get to just release a single and a music video anymore. You got to release a single, then you got to release a lyric video, then you got to release a real music video.
Here's what we're gonna do. Drop the bomb. Is we got something else we're planning to do. We're gonna make a video, right, guys?
Yeah.
Video coming soon.
It's gonna take a minute, but we're going to make one.
Well, I'm excited, and I think the track turned out awesome. And thank you guys for coming on the podcast and for making the song for Max. I know he was super, super excited.
Yeah, I just wanna try to add some little extra thing. That song is like in the Mexican culture. It's a called dedication songs. It's called corridos. The corridos is dedication songs for I don't know if I can say, but it's about the drug lords or or important people.
You speak freely.
Narco corridos, but I try not to. But on the American, stuff, hip hop style. So it's like a dedication song. It's called like American corrido, kind of,
I love it.
Yeah. It's like Max said, like everybody has something to offer. So we put that stuff together, and when we create that stuff, and we're very proud of it. I'm very proud because like from this day one, I don't even know what I'm doing, but after a couple of months, this is the final product,
The other thing I would like to say before we end this is I want each one of you, in your own words, to describe what it is like for you to be a baker boy.
For me to be a baker boy, I think it's like a dream come true. Like, for me, like when I was little, I wanted to go to all the rock shows and see all the concerts and stuff. But my mom, she doesn't speak no English, and so she's like, "You can't go to these concerts because all they do is smoke weed and get fucked up and this and that," And so now me, like, we did Marilyn Manson, Five Finger Death Punch. Bush is like one of my heroes, All American Rejects, Alice in Chains, Jerry Cantrell,
Romeo Santos.
Yeah, all those guys, like, whenever, ¿qué es el nombre ese? Jackie Rivera. Jackie Rivera and like more Hispanic artists came through. Bronco was cool. Marco Antonio Solis, like, it's like everything when I was little, like, I'm watching that right now, and I do most of like the roaming camera on it. So it's just being up front and I'm like, oh my God, they're right in front of me. I don't need to say hi. I just look at them in their face, just like.
Well, the coolest thing about it is you've evolved and you got into your work, and most people don't think, hey, we're just box pushers, but they have no idea that you can evolve, and you're a camera guy. Mm-hmm. You know cameras, spots. You knew nothing when you first started, but you know what? You've took the initiative to learn. Yeah. You took the initiative to be trained, and you're really good at what you do.
Yeah, and doing a lot of cameras and doing spotlight helps me. Like when I do my own music videos, I tell my videographer, like this is kind of the shots I want. This is how I want it done. The angle, this and that and stuff. And also like. My favorite part is like talking to guitar techs. Whenever Chris Stapleton came in, I was talking to the guitar tech, and he was showing me the same exact guitar that Chris Stapleton built for the Super Bowl. He was showing me all the specs, the schematics, and how he built it. And I was like, dude, like my brain just can't
well,
handle that
it's
anymore.
amazing when you can have conversations like that.
Yeah.
These are not only are you having a conversation, but you're learning something that not very many people are can get.
Yeah.
So how about you? What do you think about being a Baker boy?
Well, he gave me the mic, so me, I feel like home right now. Like I said, it's the first job I ever liked. It don't feel like work. It don't feel like work, So I'm good. I mean, they fought for me with jobs, money, a lot of places, cause I'm a good ass worker. I hustle. But I don't.
The first day, you fit right in with the Baker.
I don't want to move. Like I'm here, like I'm comfortable here. This to me is therapy because I've been in a hellhole that I put myself in, and I'm on my way out. And this is actually therapy helping me with that also because I'm meeting a lot of people that I know they're in the same boat, but hey, I see they're working just as hard trying to get out their little hell loop, and hey, we're all in it, and we all got the same vision. If you want to expand, ascend, fly, you gotta be around the same people who got the same vision and same dreams, because if not, they're gonna be pulling you down. If not, they're gonna be pulling you down. They're gonna be draining your energy.
Yep.
They're gonna be draining you, and then next thing you know, oh shit, I don't even like music no more.
You can't try to run with weights on your feet,
And right now, it's like I said, he pulled me here, and all that making music energy just came back in me, because I know I got it into him in Matamoros, Tamaulipas. He wasn't into music no more. Then I got there with all the flow, all the energy, but I went a different route down there, and I got pulled into hell, and I was just trapped for like a minute, about 12, 13 years. Now I'm here. I just got home one day, looked at myself in the mirror like, this ain't you, motherfucker. Hell no. Come on. Like, I literally got home from work, opened the door, there's a mirror right there in front of the door, and I didn't like what I saw. I'm like, this ain't you, motherfucker. Let's go.
We've all had those moments in our lives where
It's time to go.
we've had to look at ourselves and make some serious decisions.
Yeah, and Chris was just like, well, shit, come over here.
Max has been there, guaranteed. We talked about it on the podcast.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
like I said,
music
it's
music
therapy.
has pulled me out of some very dark places, and the also the fact about places that, hey, we don't want you around here no more, or you're not welcome, or Jeff's even had to tell me, hey man, I gotta ban you. Not only did I gotta ban you, I gotta fire you.
El Jefe.
This is coming from a friend. It's not. And
It's gonna stick now, Jeff. It's El Jefe for life.
So, what you're saying now is what drives me to continue to go out and find more for you guys to do.
Yeah, I'm really grateful. I really appreciate it. I know sometimes I might not work, but man, I appreciate just being there. Like I said, to me, it's therapy. It's not a job to me right now.
It's therapy for all of us, man.
I'm working on myself, and this is helping. This job, this circle is helping. I'm focused on myself first, second, and third right now. Fuck everybody else.
That's why we're all here together. It's the same for all of us.
It's home right now. It just feels like therapy.
Here's the thing.
Therapy.
It doesn't matter what culture, what race, whatever we are. We sit right here at this couch, and we're all together. And what are we all together for? Because the music drives us to become this. It's the passion. It's living it, breathing it. What's your deal?
What about you?
Jeserel. Because Jeserel has been. You're kind of like. You've been here a minute, but
a year. He's been here for a year. For a year, yeah. I was going through my messages and I see him.
I remember when I first met you. We were a little different.
Like, being a Baker boy is like demonstrate everybody that we can beat anything or in whatever we are with anything. Like tools or whatever, we can beat, you know, and no matter what it is, we done faster and we get it right, you know, and always is like that. Anybody has like crying for something we do wrong, you know, like everybody is very, oh, you guys are very great, thank you so much, we're going to see you later again, you going to be in the next call. We know that, you know, because we work very, very good. And
you know, they've came to the point where they work together and they work so good that, you know, people aren't telling us, I don't want that guy back, I don't want that guy back, you know, and we might have y'all back. It's like, hey, and I got to tell you, these kids right here for the October was a hell run for all y'all sitting here. You know, I mean, we're talking private parties, fall festivals, you know, and the one thing that I can say is we don't quit, they don't quit, and, you know, they're ready. They've been home a few days, and y'all are ready to go again.
Yep.
Like Bebe's kids, they don't die, they multiply.
We're lemmings. Gremlins. You put some water in us and well, not water, tequila. But yeah, for me, being a breaker boy, man, it was a great opportunity to learn. You know, like Jewanne says, you know, like most of the Hispanic shows, because you know, like English is not my first language, but in the Spanish shows, I was just trying to focus, like, hey, what this guy do? Why he made a song? You know, I trying to make this song like they have most, because when I started making music, like, the kicks and the hats and me was bad. You know, that was a nightmare. But since I started learning and Max gave me the opportunity, because I asked Max, you know, I'm here, I want to work, you know, because I need a job, but plus I wanna learn more about music, you know, about the business, and you know, this industry is about context. You know,
100%.
The right context take you the place you want to go. You know.
You know, it's like this too. Casinos or shows that we do, you know, it comes across my desk. Hey, we're going to start doing Spanish bands, Mexican bands. Mm-hmm. Okay, but there's a catch to doing that. What's the catch? Because we didn't know. You know, for the longest time, when you do a Mexican band, you guys can support too, you got to speak a language. You got to be able to. And so for me, it was like, they're booking these bands. What am I going to do? And I went to Christian. First off, I asked how many people on here could speak Spanish? Because the fact of the matter is, when you're asked to do a task and when you have a band coming in, the last thing you want, and you won't be in the building very long, is if you can't communicate with the artist.
Communication breakdown will slow down a production day for sure.
The coolest part about it is I've been able to build a little stable bunch that when we have those kind of bands, these guys are the ones that run the show, and the other guys that have been with me for a long time don't mind stepping aside. Because why? Because they can communicate. They know what to do. And as we see it growing, this culture and this genre of music, it's crossing over, and it's playing in some very huge arenas. And, you know, it ain't nothing more special than to see when that one dude played and then people up there crying and just getting, you know, you're looking at like the Mick Jagger of Mexico. Who? What's the guy's name?
Marco Antonio Solis.
Yes.
Yeah, he was one of the best singers and composers, and not in Mexico, whole Latin America.
Yeah.
What was it like to do that show? Was that pretty cool?
One of my best shows, like, you know.
Yeah.
How many people did you send pictures to on Snapchat or something, like your homies back home, like, look what I'm working. Look what I'm working.
No, I just put the pictures, like the ones I can at the moment, you know, like I post in a lot of people, like, oh my God, what are you in there? Like some of them like, nah man, you don't shit in there, and I was like, I don't care. I mean, the only who knows that is me.
Did you ever think you would see a band like that close? and get to actually walk on the stage that they're walking on and stuff? I mean, when you were a kid,
You know,
I mean,
Most of that artists, they was my the favorites of my mom. You know, like, rest in
Yeah.
peace. You know. Like,
the greatest feeling though is when it's over, and they critique the crew, and we get A+ everywhere because these guys are very good at what they do, but you know, or you got like his PR firm, the video that he made for the show he did in Durant about everybody and everything and how wonderful a time he had. You can't buy that.
No, you cannot.
And you can't buy that. And for that becomes special. And for me, I want to thank you guys for being professional, for learning, you know, and from the bottom of my heart, making music about me. You know.
And that's where we will end this episode of the Here's the Deal podcast, the Max Baker Jr. story.
The Here's the Deal podcast, sponsored by MedCards Made Easy and the Fabulous Baker Boys. Hosted by Jay Ramone and Max Baker Jr. Produced, engineered, and fact-checked by Josh Lupton and Jeff Browning. Subscribe to the Here's the Deal podcast wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts.